This is Saca Action with Kaiju. Here we go.
何度でもスケブこのくらいよ、ルの怪獣になってもここに残しておきたいんだよ、この秘密をだんだん食べる。
All right. Bass tones are really cool. Alright, we're only 47 seconds in. Okay, I like it quite a bit so far. You're going to easily guess why. Let me just hear this opening phrase real quick and then we'll talk. Yeah, it's exactly okay. Yeah. The main reason I dig this so much is because we get like primarily a clean tone on like the voice. This is not a voice that needs to be super saturated in effects or like auto-tune. There's not all this like just, I feel like this is a real person. That's why I like this so much at the beginning. The other reason, listen to the piano line here. That is so cool. It's wide open, very spacious in the groove. Boom, gunk. Boom, bump, boom, gunk. Like everyone can grab that. That works really well. So it allows the vocal line to be on top of that. And granted, it sounds cool because the contour and like the interval choices within the melody are also quite nice. And you get that nice flip up into the head voice, the falsetto there. That's really cool too. But primarily it's those two relationships of how that vocal line lays on top of the piano. It's just like chef's kiss already. And there's like background synth. You can kind of hear it just go a little bit nasally right there. So we're getting all these different tones. Really appreciate the variety and the real singing that we're getting. It's just this is so much better than some of the stuff that we have to listen to. You know what I'm talking about? Very tangible. Those little like almost like adjusting like the radio station kind of like static fizz outs. Again, I don't know what's going on in the anime other than we talked about sun planets in like early times, but it just had like kind of a space sound to it. Listen to that groove. Drums is laying it down. Super easy, super simple, but it grooves so hard. But it's the tone of the bass against the drum line that just really, really does it for me. Come on, man. Everything else is great there. Like the piano is so decorative and the way it kind of fills. So I guess you kind of have this like symmetry from the vocal lines to the fills that you're getting from the piano. Obviously the vocal line is so much more impactful with like, I guess, weight on delivery because it's literally the lyrics of the song. And even if you're just listening to the voice as an instrument rather than the actual, what the words and the message are, you can still feel the musical value and how that's being delivered via the vocal line. But all the layerings underneath that support that those are the really cool musical choices that make the vocal line that much cooler. Because the melody, if we faded everything down, the melody would still be good. Like I would still be a fan of the melody, but it's all the little intricacies that are below it that are like not super complicated. Because this is another one, we've been talking about this a lot lately, how like less is often more. And this is one of those cases where the song really is allowed to speak because we don't have that much going on right now. Sorry, I know we've stopped a million times. That's what we do here. Let's keep going and see where this goes. Cool rhythmic phrasing too in the vocal line. All right, here we go. Oh, give me those harmonies, man. Wow. This reminds me, what 80s band does it remind me of? Wow. Oh boy. It's quite nice. We'll get here in a second. We have to go back and talk about this a second verse and then the pre-chorus. My lord, we're getting some fucking great harmonies going on here. Wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. That, man, I'm sure I did not sing that right, but that's very attractive to listen to. Great design. Jeez, that is thick with it. I wish I was a harmony person. I don't like, they're on the page, I can play them. You give it to me, I'll be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, that makes sense. But the point of like composing that like real time, that's not a skill set that I have. So I just have a lot of appreciation when we have groups that do this and they're very, very tangible. That's thick in it, like, because there's not much going on, right? The bass groove is still the same. The rhythm section is playing the same groove. Like everything's still there, which has so much space between it, meaning your ears can pick up on all these harmonies. These harmonies and vocal line can be great. It could also be super cluttered underneath with a lot more, like if there's like massive, like distorted guitar going on, if there's people like noodling and filling everything, those harmony lines could still be there, but they wouldn't be as impactful as they are right now. One more time and we'll keep going. They just add so much texture. So like those are little fill-ins, right? Like it's not much. It's just a little bit. It's one more layer, but it's not taking over. Yet it's very effective. The bass player. This little moment here, I need that again. Check, just listen down to the basses. Great playing. Oh, the guitarist there. That was cool. Wow, we've really thickened up there as far as layers. Cool harmony. You know we're going back for that. Boop, boop, boop. Wow. On almost all of that delivery, it feels like the whole time we do have harmony voice underneath that layer. Yeah, the sound is so thick because you got the harmonies going on with the main vocal layering, the guitar, all the like folks that are playing like arpeggio related instruments are filling in, like it feels much more chordal instead of so spacious. So now the layering is a lot thicker. The kick drum is now playing here, hold on. Let me just give it to you again. We're talking about all these different contexts. We got to listen to it in context. That's very different. Now the kick drum and the bass player are all lined up in quarter notes, like, and moving within the chord progression. So there's just a lot more density to the chord progression. Yet, with all that being said, it's still very, like, the layerings are still very accessible within it because it's a very smart design and how they're delivering that to us. Okay, so I'll rewind one last time. We'll let it play and we'll go on. It's really the harmonies, though. That's so good. Nice compliments on the bass player in the second half of that. Similar material. Guitar player is more active now. Trumpets? Maybe? Oh, this is different. Oh, wow. Cool. Oh, there's some dissonance. All right, hold on. All right, we're back to the groove. I want to really get into this part right here. This little bridge section, assuming this is the bridge, man, there's a lot of stuff going on here that we did not have musically in the other sections. It's very cool. That left side sounds really cool. Now, I feel like we got one little moment of trumpet. Hold on. I feel like there's some brass. Yeah, just barely. I think the coolest part, beside all the sound effects in the background, like they're like, it's cool because we didn't have those type of textures before, so it's fun when it comes in. But for me, it's bum, 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 bum. It's the rhythm choices on the melody. It feels a lot more top heavy because it hasn't been that. It's so foreground right now, and it's pretty thick with harmonies on it the whole time. So it kind of just like grabs you right away because nothing has really sounded like it at all in this. Yeah, man, that's really effective. Man, it almost sounds like it was so peaceful in the beginning and like just like so tonal. There's like all these little intricacies going on now where like since all these tones are kind of moving fast, we have a little bit of notes that clash. Almost gets a little scary sound in the vibe, but I definitely dig it. Okay, that's a very fun middle section. Let's keep going. Familiar work here. Listen how different the voice sounds here. Wow. There's, wow, so many little variations on it. That's cool. Wow. Chord progression change here. Ah. Damn, that's nice. Listen how different that snare drum sounds there. Only because of the other instruments. Same groove. Ah. You can hear the foot come off the pedal. That was cool. I'm just kind of blown away by the amount of variation we got within the vocal line on the similar material at the end that we had at the beginning. That was really cool. Okay, we've talked enough. I loved it. It was very cool. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Please and thank you.